Welcome back to Unscripted, TCU's signature sports talk show where we talk about sports here on campus and around the world. I'm Nick Carpenter, joined here with Dany McCree and Drew Mueller. It is amazing to be back, fellas. How was y'all's summer?
Good summer. Got to play live golf. Got on the course a good amount. Got closer to Rory every day. So
that's good with that Rory in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to California a bit, playing sports. I don't remember too much of that. I started a pickleball, actually.
Okay.
Are you a
I got a
talent?
nasty swing, bro. Nasty swing.
Are you more of a defensive guy or offensive guy in pickleball?
Bro, I'm a Jameis Winston. I'm a throw it up kind of guy.
Throw it up?
50-50 ball right there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's get straight into it. We got the TCU football season fast approaching, and I don't know about y'all. I'm very excited. I mean, we got, year 3 Josh Hoover.
Yeah.
I have a lot of optimism for this season. I mean, I really like what we did in the transfer portal. We brought in Kavorian Barnes. We got Jordan Dwyer, the 4-star wide receiver from Idaho. I mean,
Joseph Manchak.
I mean,
Very
dude,
good guy.
we've got some talent. We've got some talent on both sides of the ball. I don't know. Drew, what do you think?
You know, I look at this TCU team. It's a high floor, high ceiling team. Okay, I think that's a good thing to have because you have a lot of expectations. I think that the lowest this team can go, I say 8 wins. I think that this team is a lock for a bowl game. Because here's the thing: you have Josh Hoover, you have the offense. It's air raid. We know we're gonna get the ball. I think Eric McAllister is gonna have a huge year this year. Okay, I think he's gonna have a breakout year. I think that he can maybe even elevate himself to 2nd, 3rd round pick. Looking forward a bit too much in the future. But if I want to stay here, I really do like this team. I mean, last year they couldn't run the ball, couldn't stop the run. Okay, That's some things that they have to work on. And I think that when you got in the transfer portal, this offseason, that was the biggest focus. I heard Sonny Dykes talk about it at Big 12 Media Days. We have to run the ball. This team can figure out the run game and how to stop the run on defense. The sky's the limit. That's what I think about this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you brought up how we couldn't stop the run, how we couldn't run the ball too. I mean, we did address that in the transfer portal, which is what you like to see. But I think there definitely are still a little bit of concerns about this team. I mean, I look at it. We only have 5 returning starters on offense. That is including McAllister. It's going to be tough for Hoover to just go to a completely different group of targets this year, like he had to last year with Besh coming in, with McAllister coming in. I mean, Dany, what do you think about that? Do you think we're going to have a little bit of tough time transitioning with these new targets, or what do you think?
No, I totally agree. Like you said, we have a lot of talent, but not many returning starters. We got McAllister and Josh Hoover. We got a whole lot of new receivers from the transfer portal, but that was kind of like the problem at the beginning of last season. We had all these good receivers, but I'm not sure if the chemistry or everything was set up already. Really good team, had Savion, Josh Beck, J.P. Richardson. We had a lot of really good guys, but they didn't really connect till later on in the season. So if that happens again, that'll hurt our schedule a lot because we start out the schedule really hard, going up against ASU. I think we have another hard game with me. We got Colorado. We have SMU like week 3, so they got to figure out chemistry and stuff early on.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely something TCU struggled with last year. Starting out 2-2, like we just couldn't figure it out early. I mean, lost some games early. I remember that UCF game.
Exactly.
Heartbreaker. The hottest day I've ever experienced in my life was that UCF game. Oh my gosh. But I mean, those are games we should have won where we just really didn't get the job done. Yeah. Now let's get into it. Let's get into the record prediction here.
Okay.
Drew, what do you think?
I have 9-3 or 10-2.
Okay.
I think that you lose one of SMU and Arizona State. And then I think you probably drop one to Iowa State or Kansas State. Besides those 4 games, I think that this is a team that should win a lot of games.
Dany, what do you think?
I was about to say something so similar. I was saying I think we either lose to either Arizona or SMU. Those are big games. I think we surprise and win one of them because SMU's big rivalry, Arizona State, maybe they want to make a statement on live television. Maybe they want to win that game there. But I think we drop one of those. Kansas State, it's a really hard one. If this was the same team back from the national championship season, I think that they want to get revenge and win that game. But since so many guys are different, I don't know if they're getting that one. Baylor, I think they upset them. I think we get that one this year. But I think we probably have Iowa State because if we have that's enough time for us to catch speed and stuff. But I don't think we're beating, it's another team at the end of the season. Which was the other one you said there?
I said Iowa State, Kansas State.
Kansas State, yeah. Definitely think we're probably losing that game. And I think there was maybe another one I saw that we might lose. But besides that, I think we're probably going to go about 10-2. Unless if we turn it on all season long, chemistry from the beginning, we might just go 12-0 again.
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I have us at 9-3. I am very confident that we're going to have pretty much an identical season to last year, except just a little bit better. I agree. I think those first 4 games are absolutely crucial. I mean, if we're going to Chapel Hill, Bill Belichick's first game in charge of the Tar Heels, that one's going to be a tough one. I think we pull it out, but that one's going to be tough. And then we host SMU, and then we travel to Tempe to play Arizona State. I think we go 2-2 in those games. But again, like you said, from that remaining 8-game slate, I don't really see that many issues. I think obviously Kansas State is going to be a tough game, and Iowa State will be tough. But It's the Big 12.
Yeah.
It's chaos. It's chaos. Who
And,
knows?
Exactly.
and one thing I think about this team is that, yeah, you play SMU, you have 3 non-conference games, but I don't look at TCU like an Alabama, like an LSU, where their way of getting in is by being ranked in the top 12, if I'm just being realistic. If you get there, that's good. TCU's way of getting into the college football playoff is going to be by winning the Big 12. I think that's the goal. So what you have to do is you have to make sure that you win versus Arizona State. You don't slip up versus West Virginia on the road. The Big 12 games are going to be what's able to get this team. And I think that the goal for this team should be getting to the conference championship. And then if you win it, you can get in a playoff bid. But I think realistically, the Big 12 play is what they have to focus on. And that's going to be this team's ticket to the college football playoff.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Looking at this, if y'all could pick one key game for this season, that's really just going to determine our season. What do y'all think? We'll start with you, Drew.
I say Arizona State. It's a really good team. Cam Scatterbo left, and he went crazy towards the end of the season, as we all saw against Texas. But Jordan Tyson was out versus Texas, and Jordan Tyson is a receiver who I think is really, really good. Sam Levette's a great quarterback. And also one thing I like about this game is that it's Friday night. Arizona State's the number 11 ranked team in the nation right now for the AP Week 1 poll. If you can get that game, that could be a little TCU coming out party. Friday night, if you want to watch college football, that's the game that you're going to watch, right? So I think that the storyline kind of adds up. If this TCU team wants to have a good playoff run, hey, beat Arizona State Friday night, whole nation's watching, and let that momentum carry you throughout Big 12 play.
Yeah, I mean, that is a huge game, and that could really set the tone for the rest of the season. Dany, what do you think?
I love that take. That Friday night Arizona game is going to be big. I'd say probably it's going to be between SMU or Kansas State, because like you said there, they could start out the season 2-2, but they probably don't want to. If they want to have a good season this year, have a lot of momentum, they need to win one of those 2 games. SMU, they got blown out, got disrespected last year on live television. They need to come out. They need to make a statement that game. So that's why that game needs to be big. Or if it's not going to be that game, then it needs to be Kansas State. Big statement game right there. Like I said, they need to win the Big 12 if they want to go to the playoffs. They need to dominate the Big 12. They win that game at Kansas, they basically let everybody know this is TCU's conference this season. Yeah. It's like it's their year.
Yeah, exactly. I really like what you said about how our way to get in, it's not going to be through being ranked in the top 12. We're going to have to win in the Big 12. And for that reason, I picked the Week 5 game against Colorado. This is our first game after that tough opening 4 games where we really just get to kind of relax and come into our own. And the last time Colorado came to the Carter, we didn't win.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They have a new team. They got Caden Slater at quarterback this year. I mean, I think it could be a trap game. It could be a bit of a trap game for us in that game. But I am not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. But this brings me on to a topic I'm very excited to talk about. Sonny Dykes. Now, I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of Sonny Dykes. I think I know I'm hating. But the big question here is, would Sonny Dykes be on the hot seat if, let's say, we didn't at least get to the conference championship game?
I think it's all about how it looks. So last year the team went 9-4, and I think that it was an underwhelming 9-4. Even though you did have 9 wins, I think that you had no business losing to UCF. You had no business losing to Baylor. Those are 2 games where if you win, you're probably playing at Jerry World against Arizona State or Iowa State, depending on how the rankings end up for the Big 12. But I think that it's all about how it looks. You can't go out there and look like you lose games that you were supposed to win. I think that if that happens again, then I think that you could, maybe say, hey, we're going to put him on the hot seat. But if it's a clean 9-4, you probably just won a lot of games you're supposed to win. We're close within Arizona States, Kansas States, the SMUs. Then I think that he'll probably be back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you really look at last season, those are a lot of games we really shouldn't have lost.
Exactly.
I look back to that Houston game. I think were we their only conference win or one of 2 conference wins
probably.
they had?
That was a horrible loss right there.
That was a bad one. That was a bad one.
Devastating.
And I don't know. But I think after a season like that, where you could clearly see that this team was maybe a Houston win or a UCF win away from going to the championship, I tentatively want to give him the benefit of the doubt here.
Yes.
Because I think, obviously, coming in with Gary Patterson's guys, he did well, but it was clear that we lost a ton of talent after that 2023 season. And I think this is the make or break year for Sonny Dykes. He has his guys. He has a 3-year starter quarterback who's one of the best in the nation. He's, I think, shortlist for the Davey O'Brien Award. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's make or break this season. Yeah.
I agree.
So anyway, shifting gears to college football as a whole, the big news recently was the Michigan scandal. Now, I am a Michigan fan, so
dang, bro.
this does hurt. And as I was researching for the show, I was reading all this stuff about show cause and all that, and I just had no idea what that meant. So we are going to send it out to the Pat McAfee show, where they had insider Pete Thamel on to explain what happened with this Michigan punishment.
whenever we heard the NCAA was going to announce their punishment for the Michigan infractions, we wondered which one it was. Then you came in and said, well, this is the Connor Stallions stuff. This is the last of the Connor Stallions investigation, and basically it's a money game and a money play, and Sharon Moore's suspended one more game, and it's the opener for 2026. Did I miss anything in there, and can you break it down for us a little bit?
Sure, Pat. So it's going to end up being an unprecedented monetary cost for Michigan in this. I did some back of the napkin math. It's going to be, I would say, easily over $30 million. The 2-year postseason fine of what they would get for Michigan would normally get from the postseason. That number's a little bit nebulous just because of some of the vagaries of CFP money and such. But that number is expected to be well over $20 million. There's an additional $7 million, 10% of the football budget fine, and then a couple other fines. I won't bore you with the details. So it's going to be a significant amount of money. But that's the main stick in this. Sharon Moore had self-imposed a 2-game suspension this year, which will still be served game 3 and game 4.
Hilarious.
There's an additional game for him in 2026. Michigan oddly opens the season in Germany against Western Michigan. Moore still has the option of whether or not to appeal that singular game suspension for 2026. So we'll see if he ends up doing that or not in the upcoming weeks. And then Connor Stallions himself, Ty's personal hero, he has a 8-year show cause coming to him, which is essentially a employment ban. So Connor Stallions, it's highly unlikely we will see him on the sideline or on watching someone else's sideline.
Okay.
For the next 8 years.
One final one in there, Pete. Take advantage. Take the lap. You gotta do what you gotta.
And then Jim Harbaugh, somewhat amusingly, has a 10-year show cause, which is an inordinate length for one of these NCAA penalties. He obviously is the coach of the Chargers and doesn't really care. You would probably be amused that it's actually a 14-year show cause because this 10-year show cause starts in 2028. He has a 4-year show cause from one of the prior Michigan NCAA investigations. So I think that would keep Jim until 2038 off of the collegiate sidelines. But that probably matters as much as me being banned from the Cathedral High School parking lot at this point.
You know, it really sucks to see just the greatest university in all the land reduced to alleged cheaters. I'm not going to say they were cheaters.
Alleged cheaters?
Yeah, I don't know. The people can decide. The people can decide. That's not for me to decide. Now, zooming out, we've talked a lot about TCU. Talking about the Big 12 as a whole. Dany, I'm going to start with you. If you had to go down one game, who do you think is in that conference championship game at the end of the season?
Like who's going to be in the game?
Who's going to be in it?
That's actually perfect because I think the winner of the Big 12 is going to be either TCU or Arizona State. I think Arizona State's going back, but I have a lot of confidence in TCU, Josh Hoover, Sonny Dykes, and everybody. I think they've got the steam this year. I think they're going to be in it, and to be honest, I think there's a big chance that if TCU goes out strong, I think TCU might even just win the conference this year. Strong take, man.
That's a bold prediction right there. That's a bold.
Bro, Sonny Dykes said they're ready this year. He said they're hot.
Hey, I believe him. Drew,
I'm with Dany. I have Arizona State and TCU in the Big 12 championship.
Interesting. A little bit biased that all three of us have TCU championship.
It may
Bro.
be.
I have TCU versus Texas Tech. I can't believe neither of y'all said Texas Tech. They are one of the hottest teams in preseason.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh, everyone is talking about the Red Raiders. But they have a very favorable schedule. They don't play us. They don't play Iowa State. They don't play Baylor. They do have to play ASU, Kansas State, and Utah. But outside of that, I think it's a likely matchup because they don't meet in the regular season. I got to be honest. There's just one team that, like, again, another team neither of us mentioned, Utah. I mean, this is a team. Last year they got destroyed by injuries. They got absolutely kind of just screwed by the injury bug. But they're returning a lot of production. I don't know. I think they could rebound after having a really tough season last year. I don't know. Dany, what do you think?
No, like you said, they got hurt of so many injuries last year. We just have to see what we can get. See what we can get with the actual guys. Don't know too much what to expect there. I don't think they'll be better than ASU probably or Texas Tech, like you mentioned. Texas Tech is going to be really good. So Utah, it's kind of like, I don't know about those guys.
Yeah. With Utah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me. They've been a steady program for so long. It's just, I mean, I think that they could get back to, being, they were in a Pac-12 championship a few years ago. So I think they maybe could get back to a team that I don't see getting back to their production from last year is actually Iowa State.
Really?
Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel were 70% of their receiving yards. Both of them left in the NFL draft. I think that was a big part of their game plan and how they played. Just losing those two guys, I don't know if they can rebound from that.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about losing very important guys. no one's lost a more important guy than BYU. With
Jake Retzlaff.
I mean, Tulane got lucky. Tulane got lucky, and they got
Horrible
Retzlaff.
mistake, man.
But I think BYU could be a team that could really crash and burn this season. I mean, he was their guy. He was absolutely their guy, and they have no experience in that room behind him. And Vegas still has their win total at 8.5 wins. That's too high for me. I think they maybe scrape a bowl game. Dany, what's one team you don't think is going to be as good as people are saying right now?
Overrated. I probably got to go with Miami. Might count because Cam Ward's gone, but they're probably not too overrated. BYU was a good choice there. My main overrated team is Colorado. I want to say.
Ooh, really?
Deion Sanders, he's going to be coach. He's going to be good, but is the team's going to be good? No Travis Hunter. Shadur Sanders was good, but he was kind of just getting it done. I don't think Colorado is going to be that good this year, to be honest.
I read something interesting about Colorado. I think they lost 50 guys in the
They
portal,
lost so
and
many
it's
guys,
just,
bro.
There comes a point where it's it doesn't matter who you bring in. If you're losing that much of your roster every year, it's just never going to work.
Exactly.
Shifting gears to the ACC, one team I have been very, very excited to talk about this entire time is the Clemson Tigers. Now, I think Clemson are going to win the ACC. I think they're going undefeated in the regular season. I could not be higher on a team right now than Clemson. I think they're winning the whole dang thing, man.
Really?
I think they're winning everything.
Someone's a little too excited over here.
But you got Cade Klubnik coming back. He's probably, I think most people would agree, he's the best quarterback that's coming back to college football. They're returning 86% of offensive production. They got Antonio Williams coming back. He was first team All-ACC last year. They got Bryant Wesco coming back, freshman All-American. They got TJ Moore. College football 26 legend. TJ Moore always wins the Heisman. But yeah, I don't know. Clemson are a team that really excite me. I don't know. But I don't know.
Yeah, I like Clemson a lot, actually. I have them winning the ACC. I think that they can be a team that maybe even secures a bye in the playoff. It's a new format, so just the best 4 teams get a bye top 4. I think that Clemson is in there. I like Klubnik. I love Antonio Williams. TJ Parker, the edge, is also.
He's so good.
Yeah,
He's good. He's good. So I think that Clemson does have a lot. But one thing that I think is interesting about Clemson is Dabo Swinney was so anti-transfer portal, and it just didn't work out. And I don't know if you should maybe major in the transfer portal. Marcus Freeman said this. He said, we want to minor in the transfer portal. I wonder if Clemson found a good way to just minor in the transfer portal this year, bring along some talent to help the returners and fill the holes that they had last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they got the number 1 edge rusher from Purdue in the portal.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Clemson's definitely a good take. Like I said, they've always got beasts, always got good guys over there. That's a good take for the ACC champ. But I don't know. I think you guys are sleeping on SMU. Come on now, the coach is already saying.
I'm going to keep sleeping.
He was mad about the polls. The coach was talking about being mad about the polls of Clemson and all the ACC teams dropping and them only moving up a spot. I think he's got something to prove this year. He's not happy about the way that stuff turned out. I think SMU's, they're going to do some stuff this year. I think they might even just beat out Clemson. If there's an ACC championship game between the two of them, I think SMU might just take it.
I don't know. I mean, especially after last year's ACC championship game, SMU were that close
to beating them,
to winning the whole thing. But they're a team that really does. They're a very interesting team. You got Rhett Lashley coming back. They have their offensive coordinator Casey Woods coming back. You got T.J. Harden from UCLA. You got Chris Johnson Jr. They're going to have a good running back room. They're going to have Kevin Jennings back. They're an interesting team that I think they really could do something, and we saw what they can do against Clemson in a game as big as that. But yeah, I don't know. They're a team that excite me. I don't like that we're playing them though.
Exactly, they got something to prove this year.
Yeah, I wish we could keep the rivalry going. I think that if SMU does keep getting better, and maybe we keep getting better, that is something that I think that would be a big part of TCU football and just TCU culture. I really wish that we were able to keep the rivalry going. But one team in the ACC that I don't like is Miami.
Could not agree more.
They use that NIL money. I'm not a believer in Carson Beck. I'm just not. I'm just not. He doesn't.
It's been said, bro.
He doesn't move me. I mean, last year he was. They were talking about before the season. This is a first-round pick, probably QB1.
They were talking about a top 5 pick.
Exactly.
And things didn't work out. He maybe didn't have the best receiving core than Georgia, but. Do we really think that Miami can put out a better receiving core, O-line, and running back group?
And especially defense.
Than Miami, yeah.
Like
the Georgia
now.
did. I mean, I don't know. I don't see it with Carson Beck. I think they wanted to just have a quick turnover between Cam Ward to another big name, Carson Beck. But Miami doesn't recruit all too well for how much NIL money and the
they don't.
kind of the aura that they used to have back with Jimmy Johnson. I mean, if we're just being honest, you would expect Miami to recruit a little better. That's the
Yeah.
best thing I can say. They
Yeah.
really don't recruit as well as people think.
I just couldn't believe that they were a top 10 team
Yeah.
in preseason. I mean, you just look at who they lost. They lost Martinez at running back. They lost Restrepo. Obviously
They lost Cam Ward.
They lost the number one pick, Cam Ward. This team is this is a crazy take. This is an insane take. It's giving me shades of 2024 FSU, where they got a big name quarterback in the portal, and I think it could all just go very downhill. And they start with Notre Dame. That's a really tough game to start. They have to go on the road to SMU, which, I mean, we all know that's not a very terrifying stadium, but it's still a good team in SMU. And they have to host the Gators. I don't know. I love the take about Miami. But
Yeah.
shifting gears to the Big Ten, the reigning national champions. Who do you got?
I think Nebraska's an overrated team. Now, I don't know how rated Nebraska is. Let me start by saying that.
I've heard some buzz.
But I've heard a little buzz.
Yeah.
And I look at Nebraska, they're a blast of the past. I mean, Dylan Raiola, is he? Oh, he's solid. But your receiver room hasn't been good for a long time. I mean, your team has been built off of, hey, be good on both lines, D-line, O-line, but you're never better than Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, Washington, all the teams in the Big Ten that are supposed to, that you have to beat to get ranked, and so I don't see it with Nebraska.
I agree with that. I can totally see that.
Yeah, I don't know. Dylan Raiola, the whole Mahomes cosplay.
Mahomes cosplay.
I got Indiana as a really
Okay.
overrated team in the Big Ten. I don't know. Kurt Cignetti.
Overrated?
Yeah, I don't buy what Indiana's selling. They barely scraped into the top 50 of returning production. Obviously, they lost Rourke to my 49ers. Let's hope he's good. But I mean, Fernando Mendoza wasn't a spectacular quarterback at Cal. I mean, he had them in that one game against Miami, which is like cool. But now he's going into a tougher conference. I don't think it's going to suit them. I don't really believe in Indiana too much. But I got kind of a shocker to win the conference. I got Penn State lifting the Big Ten championship. I don't know.
Penn State.
Trust me, no one hates James Franklin as much as me. He's not good. He's not good. But they're returning just an insane amount of players. They got their entire backfield back with Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. They got Drew Aller back, who his completion percentage went up 6.5 points last year. I mean, he's getting better. He's taking steps every year. They got a good wide receiver from USC and Kyron Hudson. I think they could beat the Buckeyes. I don't know. I know betting against the Buckeyes
That's
is
a
never
crazy
smart.
one, bro.
Yeah, especially with Jeremiah Smith.
One thing I'm going to say for Ohio State is I feel like, okay, they have to beat Michigan this year.
They have.
They've have to
They
beat
have
Michigan,
to.
bro.
They have to beat Michigan
Gotta
this
stop
year.
getting disrespected.
I mean, at this point, I'd rather have Ohio State beat Michigan, get in the playoff, than win the Big Ten and get in the playoff. Just go out there, beat Michigan for once. Sorry, Nick, you're better.
No.
I mean, you're better.
Last year was insane.
There was
Last
no
year-
reason they should have
I mean,
lost that game.
Yeah. I mean, I think they announced Julian Sane as the starting quarterback, and just steer it. Don't. You have a Lamborghini. Just steer the Lamborghini.
We're good.
Don't push the gas. You don't have to go 100 miles per hour. Just go 60 miles per hour. Steer it. That's all he needs to do, and that Ohio State team will be successful.
Exactly.
I really think that wide receiver core, that defense, it's going to keep them in games. I think they're probably not going to win less than 10 games.
Right.
But I don't know. I just really can't see it. They got 2 new coordinators coming in this season. New quarterback, I don't know. Jeremiah Smith can only take you so far as a wide receiver. Yeah. But one team I love in the Big Ten, one team I absolutely love, the Washington Huskies.
Yeah.
Washington.
Come on. Washington Huskies. Damon Williams Jr. I don't know if y'all watched the bowl game against Oklahoma, was it?
Yeah.
He was balling. He was balling out. He really excites me. I mean, he had a 78% completion rate when he was playing last year. Almost 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, 1 pick. They're getting their 1,000-yard rusher back in Jonah Coleman. I mean, this is a team that excites me. I really like Washington this year.
Yeah, I also love Washington too. Damon Williams, Jonah Coleman, and Denzel Boston.
Dang.
That trio of quarterback, receiver, and running back, that might be one of the best three. That may be one of the best quarterback, receiver, running back trios in the nation. And one other thing that I like about Washington, a little stat that I found, they have 20 straight home wins.
Oh, gosh.
I didn't know
This
that.
year, at home, they play Ohio State, Illinois, who's ranked number 13, and Oregon. You don't have to win all of them, but if you're really that good at home, let's say you win 2 of them, you beat Illinois, Oregon, or Ohio State and Illinois, that can get you in. That's a team that
take
can
you a
get
long way.
into the top 10 maybe if they do win those big games and then just stay steady throughout the rest of their schedule.
Yeah.
Dang, big Washington fans.
Yeah.
I didn't even mention them. You said Indiana was overrated or something?
I'm not a fan.
That was my underrated team.
Wow, really?
I thought
really?
I don't know if they're beating Washington, but Indiana, I think that's a team that's going to do a lot better than you were saying or so.
You believe in Kurt Signetti? You believe in
Well, they can
Kurt?
surprise, bro. They can have a magical season this year.
Maybe. I mean, I think their magical season is behind them. Now, moving on to, the best football conference, the SEC. I have a complete just outside shout here. I think South Carolina is going to be in the championship. I think South Carolina is going to be in the conference championship. I think Florida is going to be up there, but I think the conference championship is going to be LSU, South Carolina, and I think LSU is taking it home. I believe in DJ Lagway, but you look at some of these SEC schedules. It is insane. They play at Death Valley, playing LSU. They play at Kyle Field, playing A&M. At Ole Miss, that's personal. Ole Miss, Florida knocked them out of the playoffs last year. They have to play at Miami, which, we don't believe in Miami, but they could still be good. And then they're hosting Georgia, they're hosting Texas, they're hosting Tennessee. I love DJ Lagway. He was amazing. He was electric for those games he played last year. I don't think any quarterback is coming out of that unscathed. I don't know. I'm just not sure.
Wait, you don't believe Texas or Georgia is going to be in the SEC championship game?
This is not like these Georgia teams of old, these Kirby Smart teams of a few years ago. I'm not buying into that. That's fake news. I'm not buying it. Look, this is a team. I don't believe in Gunnar Stockton. They absolutely just looked very bad in their game against Notre Dame. They didn't look good. I don't know. This Georgia team doesn't scare me as much as previous Georgia teams have.
That's fair.
I really don't think they have just that commodity of weapons and guys on the defensive side of the ball that are going to make plays for you. I think the SEC is going to be a lot more even this year.
What about Texas? Arch Manning, that loaded team down there in Austin.
Dude, I don't know. I can't. What do y'all think about Texas?
Texas, I can't. It's hard for me to see them getting better because you lost so much. You lost Jade Barron, the safety Makubu, and then you also lost a lot of your defensive tackles. Now you have Colin Smith, who's going to be better. Trey Wingo, I think, is a stud. He's going to be really good. But you lost a lot. Matthew Golden. It's going to be a lot to replace. You lost both tackles. So, a lot of new faces coming out for Texas. I don't know if that's good. And I think one thing also, the SEC, I think, got a little deeper. I like Arkansas.
Yeah.
Taylon Green, 6'6", 230-pound quarterback.
That's a beast.
He can run. One reason why I like him is because Bobby Petrino's calling plays. Bobby Petrino called plays for Lamar Jackson when he was in Louisville, helped develop him. So I think that Taylon Green has a lot of the same type of, abilities. And maybe not as good, but similar, dual threat quarterback. And I like what Bobby Petrino can do. I also like OU. That Red River game, I don't think it's going to be the blowout that it was last year. OU got John Mateer from Washington State, and he was really good last year, one of the best quarterbacks. He's a guy who's probably looking to shoot up draft boards this year. I think that if he does something, I think that OU could also be pretty good.
You're talking about John Mateer, those Venmo transactions.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Those Venmo transactions.
Yeah, if he's good on that, then
if he's cleared from that,
yeah.
He could come back.
Oh my gosh. No, but just touching back in, you were talking about one team you really like being Oklahoma. I'm really liking the Gamecocks. I know I mentioned it earlier, but you got Lenore Sellers coming back. He's like Superman. Oh my gosh, that Clemson game, that scramble to win them the game against Clemson.
That was good.
He is electric. They're top 25 in returning production. They get to play like Vandy, Kentucky, and Mizzou. I was looking at the schedules. The SEC is tough.
It is.
You do not get a lot of breaks. And South Carolina were a team that started last season terrible. They lost some games they maybe shouldn't have lost. I remember that LSU game, there were some blown calls. Maybe they shouldn't have lost it. But then they went on a great streak, won a bunch of games. I think they could pick up right where they left off and just continue on. I don't know, though. All right, let's...
Real quick, a team that I don't like in the SEC, and it pains me to say this. I always respected the greatness. I loved Nick Saban, just the Alabama.
Kellen DeBoer.
It's going to be a little bit of a fall from grace, I think. I think that you lost your best. You lost Jalen Milroe at quarterback. You lost a lot of people on the O-line, D-line. It's looking rough in Tuscaloosa.
And they're not retaining as much talent as they were under Saban. There's a lot more guys hitting the portal. Kobe Prentice, I think, went to Baylor, and that's something you would never see happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think that we're kind of witnessing, Rome is falling.
The end of Bama.
That's the best way to put Rome.
The end of the tide.
The empire is done. The empire is done. Now getting into the main event, let's talk about what everyone wants to know. The Heisman Trophy. I think we will be of a similar mind here. I got Cade Klubnik as my Heisman winner. Talked about the returning cast, the wide receivers coming back. I really think, especially with him not playing an SEC schedule, not playing a Big Ten schedule, he's got a great shot this year.
I agree. I think that he's a lot of people's favorite. I love Antonio Williams. We kind of touched on it earlier. I think that the stars are kind of lining up for
Yeah.
a Cade Klubnik Heisman season and then kind of the Clemson return to glory.
Especially with a coach like Dabo.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had some legendary quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Cade Klubnik's a guy, and like he's got a good schedule for it too. Got some big games, but got like an easy stretch for a lot of it. But no Arch Manning, Jeremiah Smith, not going to show any love to those great guys.
Buckeyes. Come on.
on,
I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, when was the last time we've seen a wide receiver? Devonta Smith in
yeah.
2020.
Does Travis Hunter kind of count 50% there?
Well, but he's doing it on both ends.
I know, yeah, that one doesn't really
it's
count.
Tough,
Who knows?
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard for a receiver to win the Heisman because if let's say Jeremiah Smith does score like 20 touchdowns and has 1,800 yards.
No, they get overlooked a lot, I feel
Then the
like.
quarterback probably has 45 touchdowns and 4,000 yards. So I think it's just tough for a receiver.
Yeah.
But what about Manning?
I don't know. I looked at Arch's schedule this year. It's not looking friendly at all. They have some really tough games. I mean, they're starting with, week 1 or 2, they're going to the shoe.
Yeah.
It's like he is going to have a very tough time. And obviously, you touched on how much Texas lost last year. I think
That is true.
Arch is going to have a little bit of tough time adjusting. I do believe in him, but I mean, he's a sophomore this year? Or a
Sophomore, junior, I think.
Sophomore.
Redshirt
sophomore.
sophomore. Give him time. I think a Heisman is in his future.
Yeah, I think one thing about Arch is that he still has to play a little bit more. He played against Mississippi State, who
That's true.
is probably the worst team of the SEC, and then UL Monroe. He played good, but I still need to see him, kind of go on the road against a tough team. And so I think that Ohio State game, even though it is game 1, I don't necessarily want to hold him to 300 yards, 4 touchdowns expectations. But if he can kind of just even steady the ship and I think
manage
the game and just look steady, I think that I'll become a believer.
Yeah, I don't think the bar for that Ohio State game is you have to win, you have to blow them out.
No, definitely not.
I think, like you said, if he's steady, if he puts up a respectable showing for Texas at the home of the reigning national champions, I think that'll be more than enough to really give me a little bit of confidence in him. Now, moving on to the big one, the national championship.
I have Ohio State and Georgia. I think Georgia gets back. I think that they're kind of overdue. I think that a deep playoff run has been overdue. Think about it. It's been 3 years since they last won one. That's a whole class. I mean, they send players to the NFL. As
Yeah.
That's a whole class that you sent to the NFL of players that just didn't really make a deep playoff run. So I think that they're going to get back there. I think that Georgia has a good year. I don't know who's going to win that game. I think it's a toss-up. If I had to predict right now, I'd probably say Ohio State goes back-to-back. But I think that Georgia gets back to the dominance that they once were.
That just scares me as a TCU fan.
Yeah.
I don't.
Georgia back in the national championship.
Danny, who do you got?
That was a really good take, Ohio State, Georgia. I like that. But Georgia, I don't know. They might be in a similar train as, like how we said, Alabama. The tide was kind of going away, finally settling. I feel like Georgia might be in that area too. So I'm not sure if they're going to make it all the way back to the national championship. Ohio State, I like that. I think we might get like a team surprise us and get in there. Like you guys were saying Clemson, I feel like somebody said earlier. I could see them surprise us and make it into the national championship, sneak in there.
But you would have to go Ohio State, even if Clemson were in there.
I would definitely go with Ohio State.
I don't know. Look, I thought about the Buckeyes. I thought a lot about the Buckeyes. I mean, they looked beyond solid in that playoff run last year. I really just think that this year it is Dabo Swinney's year to lose. I mean, it is his year to lose. He has his quarterback back. He has the best receiver room in the country, easy schedule. And I think he's going to meet Penn State in the national championship. I know, betting on James Franklin to succeed is just...
You like Drew Aller?
Scary.
I'm not going to say I like Drew Eller, but I mean, come on. They're returning 2 1,000-yard backs, 2 of them. I mean, that's crazy. They got receivers, and that was really one of the big things in the playoffs that really held them back. They just had no one to throw the ball to outside of Tyler Warren. And I think Penn State, I think they really could challenge for it. I don't know.
He's getting better. Drew Aller's getting better.
Exactly. He's improved year in, year out. I don't know. But kind of going along with my national championship pick for Coach of the Year, I got Dabo.
Okay.
I think it just smells like a Dabo year to me. It just smells like a Dabo year. I don't
My
know.
Coach of the Year, I'm going to kind of stay with my sleeper team. I'm going to stick with Washington. Jed Fish. I like what he's doing
that'd be cool.
at Washington. I think that he's going to win Coach of the Year.
I'd want to say Sony, love the home team, Sony Dykes. If TCU has an explosive year, it's possible, but I'd probably go with Dabo too. Like I said, Clemson's just got so many good things going for him this year.
Yeah. Now, finally, we'll finish with what I know I've been wanting to talk about this whole time. Who's on the hot seat? What coach could maybe get fired this year? Now, you mentioned it earlier. I was happy you didn't go too in depth about it, but I got Kellen DeBoer on the hot seat. You look at Alabama's standards, 9-4, and what bowl were they in? The Holiday Bowl, First Responder Bowl, some bowl.
Not the normal Alabama Bowl, I'll tell you that. Not what they're used to.
Exactly.
I mean, it was a bad season last year and a bad end to the season. Just that's not the standard that Alabama has.
One thing I will say is that it's hard to follow up Nick Saban, and then I think that you see it with a lot of programs. I gave Nebraska, a little flack earlier on, but like when Tony Osborne left Nebraska, the fall from grace kind of hit. And so I think you see with Miami when a legendary coach leaves. So it would shock me if they move on from DeBoer, but I don't think that you're not going to get another Nick Saban. That's just the hard
That's
part
true.
of it. A few coaches that I think are on the hot seat for sure. Lincoln Riley. I think this is year 4 at USC.
4 or 5.
He's
It's
on the
been a
hot
while.
seat. He's been on the hot seat.
Yeah.
He hasn't really done much. I mean, he had one good Caleb Williams year.
Where
I think
they lost
that
in
was
the Cotton Bowl.
the sophomore year.
Yeah.
His Caleb Williams junior year wasn't good. Last year didn't look too good. I think that he has to do something this year. He has to get at least 9 wins.
And you're looking at the classes he's bringing in. USC is they're not struggling too much to recruit.
They're not.
Exactly.
It's just they can't translate it to on-the-field success.
And another coach is Mike Norvell, Florida State. You can't. He won last year. I mean, I think that if he doesn't make a bowl game, I think that he's done.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Dany?
I'd agree. Kellen DeBoer, that's probably the main one. Like you said, Nick Saban, those are big shoes to fill, but Alabama hasn't been the same. Like we said, they're in some random bowl games that we're not even used to. Alabama just hasn't been the same. Lincoln Riley, he's been on the hot seat, so that was a really good take right there. Yeah, those are probably the main two right there.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm excited for this college football season. That is all we have this week. Make sure to follow us on all of our socials at TCU Unscripted. For Nick Carpenter, Dany McCree, Drew Mueller, we will see y'all next week.